Hello, I'm Dennis Kennedy with the highlights of the 2022 Tech Report on Cloud Computing from the ABA's annual technology survey. The survey results showed the surge in cloud usage we expected probably a year or so earlier. And the surge was led by solo lawyers. In 2022, 70% of respondents reported they used cloud computing, up from 60% in 2021. And for solos, cloud usage moved from 52% all the way up to 84%. The legal profession still lags the business world, but I think we'll see more movement to the cloud with courts and clients driving many of the changes. The big takeaway for me is that cybersecurity has really passed the crisis point in the legal profession, given the current threat environment. We only saw modest gains in what was already lax compliance of lawyers with even the most basic cybersecurity practices. And so, although lawyers express their concerns about security issues, their actual employment of precautionary measures is quite low. So no more than 40% were taking any one of the specific standard cybersecurity measures listed in the survey question. A stunning 16% of respondents reported taking none of the security precautions. And even within firms, only 41% said that the adoption of cloud computing resulted in changes to internal technology or security policies. These are actually shocking numbers, and it really raises questions of about the safety of what's happening in the legal world. Lawyers continue to use popular business cloud services at rates far higher than dedicated legal cloud services. So you saw Dropbox, Microsoft 365, Microsoft Teams as being the most popular of the cloud services. Clio and NetDocuments continue to rank as the highest among legal specific cloud services at a much lower level. Should note that Zoom did not make the rankings, which is interesting and suggests that lawyers are still kind of struggling with the notion of what is and isn't a cloud service. Lawyers like the anytime, anywhere access, low cost of entry, predictable monthly expenses, and robust data backup of cloud services. Although they do think that they can provide greater security on their own than what the cloud service tools provide, which again shows a level of confidence about security practices spoken by lawyers, but maybe not reflecting it what's actually happening on the ground. Lawyers do express their biggest concerns confidentiality and security and the lack of control over data in connection with cloud services. And they do rely quite heavily on the reputation of the vendor as part of their decision-making process. Surprisingly, only 11% of respondents indicated they expected to replace an existing software tool with a cloud tool in 2022. Given the practices of working from home and remote access, that is a very surprising number. 29% have no plan to replace an existing software tool, and 60% didn't know. There's much that the legal profession can take away from these survey results. They give us a lot to think about, and they give some indications where you might want to move your technology strategies in the coming year and beyond. Highlights for me are that cloud services are clearly part of the IT equation. There's movement upward in the use of cloud services, although a bit less than I would expect given the pandemic and working from home. The continuing lack of attention to confidentiality and security issues is disturbing, given the current threat environment. And I suspect that clients will continue to be very concerned about whether their law firms are making adequate efforts on cybersecurity.